Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about water heaters, the most neglected items you have in your home. No, we're not talking about the dehumidifier that's on the right here, highlighted by the red X. We're talking about the water heater, which is on your left. The most important thing you can do is find your water heater owner's manual. Generally, it's located in a clear plastic packet on top of the water heater or on the side of the water heater itself. If you cannot find this manual, you can download it from the internet. All you have to do is look on the side of the water heater for an attached label like you see here, look up for the model number, and you want to go to their website and try to find your particular model and download that, and then open your manual. Now, if you open your manual and you will look, there'll be a section on routine preventative maintenance. If you look, highlighted by the yellow right here, it states at least once a year you have to lift and replace the lever handle on the temperature pressure relief valve located near the top of the water heater to make sure the valve operates freely. Allow several gallons to flush through the discharge line into an open drain. Here's the problem with that. If you do this and you have hard water or have deposits and you open this relief valve, chances are it will not stop leaking. As you can see by the picture here, it shows a lever. This shows the lever that they're talking about. Now, generally, the relief valve has a copper pipe or plastic pipe attached to it, as you can see here in the picture. Now, also in the manual, you'll see a section under preventative maintenance that might recommend cleaning out the debris in your tank, such as this one right here. It says a water heater's tank can act as a setting basin for solids suspended in the water. It is therefore not uncommon for hard water deposits to accumulate in the bottom of the tank. It is suggested that a few quarts of water be drained from the water heater's tank every month to clean the tank of those deposits. So this is what they are referring to when they tell you to drain some of your water off on your water heater. So any sediments in the bottom of the tank will come out this valve. Usually this can be accomplished by just a regular screwdriver. You turn the valve counterclockwise and water will drain out of this. Now you may want to attach a hose and have the hose going into a bucket instead of just letting the water go on the floor and all over your basement floor. Also, under preventative routine maintenance, it has a section in there about an anode rod. So what it tells you is the anode rod should be removed from the water heater's tank, usually for inspection, and replaced when 6 inches of core wire is exposed at either end of the rod. This is all confusing, and I will explain this in detail for you. So you're probably asking, what's an anode rod? What the hell does it do? How does it work? Well, it's a sacrificial rod that's used in water heaters. It protects the lining of the water heater and generally will make it last a lot longer. It prevents the tank from rusting or your water heater element from corroding. And now if your water heater element corrodes, or water heater elements, you might have more than one. If they corrode, what happens is it takes a lot longer to heat up that water, which basically your energy bills. So this is what an anode rod looks like. Hopefully you just have one anode rod, and generally they vary in lengths. So some will be short, some will be long, some are even bendable. You can see the difference between an old one and a new one. So what happens if you don't replace your anode rod? Well, it's pretty evident. These are water heater elements for an electric water heater. If you notice, the top two have all that white stuff gooked onto it. The second one happens to be bent a little bit. The bottom one, as you can see, is chrome. It looks new. It looks really nice. That is an efficient electric water heater element. So here is another picture of a water heater element for an electric water heater, obviously. You can see the difference between the new and the old. The more white stuff that gets on that water heater element and cakes up, the less efficient that this is going to be. It's going to take a lot longer to heat up your hot water, which increases your energy bills. So now you see the importance of replacing your anode rod, because if you don't, then you're replacing your water heater elements and your anode rod, which can be very expensive. You can do this yourself. I wouldn't advise it, but it is very expensive even if you do it yourself. So you might be asking, where is my anode rod? Well, as you can see from here, there's your relief valve, your cold water supply, as well as your hot water supply, which is listed right here. Now, your anode rod will be located underneath this little cover, as you can see right here. This is where your anode rod is going to be, and this is what you are going to check annually or replace annually, depending on your water conditions. Now, as I stated earlier in the video, you can easily download your water heater manual. All you have to do is look for the side label on the side of the water heater, and it should list your serial number and your model number, as well as who makes it. There's also a QC code that should be on the label if it's a fairly newer water heater. This will allow you to get your owner's manual. Now, as I stated previously, your anode rod is located under a plastic cover in the center of your water heater. It won't be to the sides, and you may have more than one plastic cover. You want the one in the center, not the one towards the edge of the water heater. That is where it'll be located. It will be covered by some foam after you pull the plug off, and you'll have to clear that foam to access where the anode rod is located. Now, you can get a specialized socket. It won't work with a regular socket in order to remove the anode itself. My suggestion to you is you hire a professional to replace that anode rod unless you have a newer style water heater and it's easy to replace. Now, this is the end of the video. Hopefully I've helped somebody out. I encourage you to please like this, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And make comments down below if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for watching.